Good morning, good afternoon. It's the 1st of August 2014, first Friday of the month. So we all know that's non-farm payrolls day, but it's not gonna be the same as usual. It's gonna be slightly different today, and we are going to go through all the details within a few minutes. Okay guys, let's start with quick risk warning. Our live trading room, FX Advisor live trading room, has educational purpose only. Please bear in mind that trading FX on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some, all, or even more than your initial investment, so please do not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Right? Great. Great. Hopefully, we've got quite a good day. We will go through some charts, and it's non-farm payrolls. We are going to focus on gold, S&P 500, few yen crosses, and of course we are going to focus on US dollar as is most related to the announcement. Let's start with S&P 500, guys. All right. Just let me clean a few things. All right. That's one of the reasons I do think it's not gonna be as usual, all right? Because of the yesterday move on S&P 500, right? Looks like there was some kind of the liquidity problems. So actually, we may say that we have had some kind of Niagara Falls, all right? Totally risk off yesterday. Look, guys, where they found the support before, before the US cash market open. But the truth is that the yesterday move is so bearish, in my opinion. So that's why our morning comment today was actually without real daily plan, because I would like to see what's going to happen after the announcement, right? The question is if the good news is going to be good news, or if a good news is going to be the bad news because of the rising yields, right, and the bigger fears on the market that Fed will hike earlier than anyone expects, right? The truth is, if we are going to go through this support, so that's like something around 1870, 1850 as the next target. So it's a quiet, the question is if it's a correction. If it's a correction, so it's a wild one. The thing is, if we are going to change the direction overall, right, I do expect maybe some kind of the bounce, right? But in my opinion, I may be totally wrong. I don't know what's going to be the approach, but so I may be totally wrong. I would say that the bounce could be sold into, but the bigger bounce, okay? I wouldn't sell, I don't want to sell here. And I don't want to sell around 1920 or 25. It could be good entry, but from the risk reward perspective, that's not gonna be something interesting for me. Now, just 1 second. Now, quite interesting development happened here on the pre-market moves. Just 1 second. Let me make it clear and bigger. It was a sharp drop right at almost the open in Europe, right? Within this channel, and here we made the break. Of course, right now the 20 moving average works as resistance, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that that it's a finish, right? I would say that we've got the chance to rise towards 1925, right? I was scalping after the breakout. I was scalping some long sides here. Nothing extraordinary. So it could be that we are going to make new low and bounce towards 1925. I would prefer to see 1935, 1940. All right. This supply zone here, where everything started yesterday. That's better right now. Right, it's where we started the last move before the end of the session. The next one is 1950. I don't think so we are going to reach today. All right, so that's my opinion. But because of this formation, right, I think we got the chance 1925, maybe 1928, slightly higher here, to revisit this. But be careful, guys. Today the good news not necessarily is going to be the good news for stocks, okay? Now, before the FX market, let's see gold. Let's check what's going on here on gold. That's quite interesting development here. There is some profit taking on dollar yen. One moment. So let's start. Okay, let's start with yen crosses. That's euro JPY. All right. That's euro JPY. That's the daily chart. All right. I do expect the test of 138.20, maybe slightly higher. And what I would like to see, all right, is like stop hunting here, pull back and move back towards 137, right? So that's my plan for euro JPY. Dollar JPY, again here we are right at the very important zone 103. We are still 50% long. I don't know if I'm going to stay through the announcement. I'm watching development, so I will tell you here if I'm taking money off the table. We'll see. Move above is the one thing. Do you remember, guys? After great numbers, we saw few times the breakout, which was not sustained, right? Immediately has been faded, and the traders faded the move, and we went lower. So again, I thought that we are going to see the breakout earlier. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, right? And the last is a pound yen. weak PMI, and we are right at demand zone right now. All right, so that's the buying zone on pound yen intraday. The thing is that it doesn't look good on daily, actually right now. It doesn't look good on daily. So let's see what's going to happen here as well. Yeah, today's PMI was the answer into the question why the pound is so weak. All right. In regards to pound, again, now looks really, really bearish. But guys, it doesn't mean that we have to sell right now immediately. Okay. That's the demand zone here. Most probably we are going to retest this zone, maybe today. We may see some kind of the consolidation. Now, what I think the smart plan could be is to retest this supply zone where markets show the strength, right? That's gonna be also the retest from the bottom side of this broken trend line, which at some point is going to correspond with this supply zone. And that could be nice real sell in a medium term of British pound, all right? But I wouldn't be surprised even after the strong number to see some profit taking from long dollar. So yeah, plenty of different things today, guys. So don't be trapped. It's not usual thing. Also because of this of those risk of sentiment. So I'm really worried what can that could be huge mess. Of course, that's the ideal place for market makers right now to be today in the market, right? To trap as many traders as they can, right? So we will try to be patient. Of course, if there are going to be huge difference to the upside or to the downside, most probably we are not going to be able to react at the beginning, but then we will try to see how the situation looks like, right? Then of course we've got ISM after the US Open. So that could be important information as well. Now, in regards to dollar overall, that's the daily dollar index, right? That's the dollar daily index, and looks like we did make the breakout, all right? We did make a breakout here as well. So in total, if we are going to see sell-off, profit taking, it could only lead to test the line, maybe this demand zone here slightly, okay, lower, and continuation to the upside. Something very negative has to happen to see strong dollar sell-off. Of course, cannot be ruled out, but based on ADP slightly, as I mentioned in my comment, small scratch on the glass. But GDP was monster. I would rather look for upside surprise, but it doesn't mean that the stocks will rise. It may rise within a few minutes, and the big guys may use this rise to sell into the rally. So be very careful. And one more thing, guys, I wouldn't say that's the great idea to stay with any exposure over the weekend, even if you are before the close, even if you are going to have losing position, but you strong believe that it's going to be positive next week, then just close it and reopen it at Sunday at open. All right. I wouldn't say that's the great idea to stay with any kind of the exposure. I'm holding tiny Aussie Canadian short as well. As you know, I really like it, but I have to see the developments to decide if I'm going to stay over the weekend. It's slightly neutral, but we've got quite busy calendar on the Aussie side next week. All right. So we've got like 14 minutes to go. Let's have a look what big guys think about non-farm payrolls. So let's start with Goldman, 235,000 and unemployment rate 6%. Deutsche 250 dropped to 6%. Credit Suisse 250 but 6.1 unemployment rate. Morgan Stanley 230, 6% unemployment rate. Barclays 225,000, 6% unemployment rate. Bank of America 250,000, 6.1 unemployment rate. Credit Agricole 220, 6.1. So overall, checking those numbers, looks like dollar and most probably yields, right? They need the number well above 230, all right? So to continue to see the continuation of the dollar rally, anything around 230, that could provide some profit taking from long dollar, especially into the weekend. All right, so don't be surprised to see some dollar weakness, but falling yields could help stocks to push the prices higher. That's the combination. Of course, everything below 200. Everything below 200, that's gonna be negative in my opinion. But that's only my opinion. Again, guys, that's not gonna be the same Friday as usual because of the yesterday price action, especially on the stocks market. We'll see. All right. We've got like 10 minutes to go. Okay. Again, we are not going to chase the prices. Let's see what's going to happen. As discussed, just briefly one more time. S&P, based on this daily chart here, if we are going to break below that level and we are going to close below that level, that's going to be very, very negative towards 1870, 1850. The only thing is this kind of deformation happened, but it's still well before the cash open, so we shouldn't rely on it. Just one second, guys. All right. So that's the S&P. One more time, I wouldn't sell here. As I mentioned in morning comment, I would like to sell some rally. So let's say that was the decision point here around 1927, right? Next decision point around 1940, 1938, right? I wouldn't sell so early. The simple reason, we've got this kind of the resistance, all right? So the risk reward is gonna be against us, eventually. Also, I would be very, very careful eventually with shorts in this type of the action. Then tiny short with tiny stop, but definitely I would close the position before the weekend. I would, as I mentioned, I wouldn't stay with any position. I don't want to have exposure into the weekend, right? And today I'm gonna be extremely cautious and patient, and yeah, definitely there is no chance for me to chase the prices. I would like to see the developments. So that's the S&P. We didn't finish gold, so let's finish gold right now. Because we get back below 1290 yesterday, all right, and that's what surprised me. There is no follow through, and the reason could be that we've got quiet nights and quiet white demand zone right around 1275, right? The same here. Oh, sorry. The same here, the correlation with the demand zone, this dynamic demand line. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the test of 1270, 1272, and bounce back towards the broken 1292 or even higher. Okay, why? Because based on this type of deformation, guys, look. Right, that's some kind of the manipulation the market makers are doing, how they are trying to foolish us. All right, so we saw the breakdown. So most probably plenty of guys are selling, right, and 1210 the target and stuff like this. That's how market is working. But I'm trying to find. Always I'm trying to find how the market makers want to trap the other guys, all right? So based on this demand zone here, based on this demand dynamic line, all right? Based on this type of the combination, I would say that I wouldn't be surprised, taking risk reward into the consideration, that there is a possibility that we are going to test 1270, okay? And we may start huge rally of $100 towards 1370, right? To this huge, that's the blue color, so it's a huge weekly supply zone. And then finally to go lower, right? But once we have this breakdown here yesterday, okay, so everyone is selling gold right now. Guys, if you want to sell gold here and you know about this point here, where is your stop? What is your risk reward ratio? Just ask yourself, would you like to sell it here? All right, you may try on a move back to 1290, 1292. Any hesitations with tight stop, you may want to try to sell towards 1270 for $20. So then with like $3-5 stop. Right? We've got like 5 minutes to go. Right? So let's have this dollar index here as well. Let's make it clearer. All right. I'm going to hide this Aussie CAD. We are going to have dollar index here just to look for confirmations. 5 minutes to go, guys. Let's have 3 minutes break. Dollar is buying across the board. That could be some sign. 3 minutes break. Last water, last cup of tea, cup of coffee. All right. I'll be back in 2. All right, 2 minutes to go. Some stop hunting went to the market. There is a CNBC in the background. Hopefully it's not gonna disturbing us. If there is any problem that anyway CNBC in the background is disturbing you, just let me know on the chat and I will work on it. Okay guys, so we've got like 120. So let's switch to smaller time frames. Again with pound, guys. Be careful, as discussed. That's the strong demand zone, started 67.80, all right? So I wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of consolidation and eventually the bounce. We'll see. All right, I decide to stay with the remaining 50% long dollar yen. The stop is on entry. So let's see. Let's see. 10 seconds to go. Huge action. Guys, it's weaker, it's weaker, it's weaker. It's weaker. Now watching the dollar, 34.40 is euro dollar. Be careful, don't chase the market here, right? 34.40 is a resistance. There is a 209. All right, 209, so it's a weaker. Now guys, S&P, be careful, first supply zone here. All right, unemployment rate 6.2. Now guys, be careful, we hit supply zone on S&P. Personal income 0.4, so that could be what scenario could be here. Sell some yen crosses, I wouldn't say. Let me check the yields. Yeah, there is a huge gap on bond. Bonds are, market is buying bonds. Now, let's watch, let's discuss, and let's see. We've got like half an hour, right, to the top of the hour. That's gonna be interesting. Again, guys, I would be very careful here. If anything, I would look for 1927 on S&P, slightly higher. All right. That's plenty of shorts since yesterday to cover eventually. Okay. Gold is trying higher. Top of the hour is going to be important. Let's see. Yeah, we're going higher on stocks, guys. We're going higher on stocks. That's positive. Market is not afraid about the earlier hike. So we may change the sentiment by 180 degrees. Guys, I'm watching gold. That could be start of this rally towards 1370. But again, let's wait for some kind of the confirmations. Okay, don't chase the market. I'm not gonna chase the market here. Look, guys, where the first defense, as discussed, daily broken dynamic resistance, right? Bam. Okay, so even if we are going to see dollar sell-off, so let's wait. That's the daily chart. Okay, so it could take a few days, but if you have the same situation on the intraday chart, so wait for the confirmation of the move lower. Okay, then wait and see if there are any hesitations on the retest of this dynamic supply, then bam, towards dynamic demand. Okay, and we've got this type of the situation here, guys, right? What I would like to see, as I mentioned, I would like to see stop hunting towards 38.18. I would like to see the pullback, hesitation around 38.10, bam, towards 37. So watch the developments on Euro JPY. Guys, 34.40 was the resistance on euro dollar. Look where we are. So look, all the buyers, right? Everyone who chased the prices, all right, is in a deep trouble right now. That's why I'm always saying don't chase the prices. All right. Now we have to switch to 5 minutes on S&P because the sell-off on yen crosses could have a place only, the big sell-off, only if we are going to make a new low on S&P, right? As of now, there is some short covering. We reacted, look where we reacted into the first on the 5 minutes supply zone, right? But it's a strong reaction. It's still believe we are going to hit some short stops. All right, there is also pullback on gold. So as discussed, there was a possibility eventually to try to sell around 1290. No, we didn't hit even. But I do prefer the buying scenario on gold, okay? I do prefer the buying scenario on gold. So, okay, let's watch for a few minutes. It's not a bad number, guys. All right, it's not a bad number. So let's see. Also remember that we do have ECB next week, right? I'm watching 10-year T-notes on the other monitor, and as of now we just hit supply, and we making a pullback in prices, so it means that the yields trying to stabilize. All right. Guys, now next few minutes, that's the paradise for market makers, okay? They will do everything they can to earn as much as they can today, all right? Because it's not usual non-farm payrolls day because of the yesterday sell-off, all right? So that's why I'm extremely careful today. That's why I would like to be extremely careful today. Look, guys, we may try at some point. Let's check. It has been broken. Okay, so any bounce, because there was a, as discussed on the beginning of our meeting, that was the demand zone here, but looks like it has been broken. Right? Has been broken. That suggests we are going to see weak pound or stronger JPY, right? Aussie trying again, 93.22. There is a very, very busy Aussie week next week. All right. One more time. Dollar trend, dollar uptrend is quite strong. Means it's not gonna change, bam, just like this, okay? So we don't want to sell dollar on the breakdowns. We would rather try to sell dollar rallies, okay? So means that rather, if you want to sell at all dollar, then trying to buy euro dollar deep and not trying to trade the breakouts. All right? That's extremely important. Once you have strong trend, don't try to trade against the trend via breakouts, breakdowns. It's not gonna work in the long run. All right, I would like to see what kind of the ranges we are going to set up at the top of the hour. Now, guys, dollar is in demand. Look, dollar is in demand. Look at the euro dollar, look at the pound. Right? So guys, all those breakout traders are trapped, and now they stops are chasing. Now market makers are making money. Now market makers making money. Guys, remember I mentioned about this type of the breakout channel here on the indices, and it's working. Shame it happened before the cash open. That would be possible for us to make a few quits. Anyway, there was no real stop hunting on Euro JPY, and Euro doesn't look good here for me. Euro dollar below last low, there is a 33.50. If stock market, if the guys on the stock market made manipulation yesterday and today morning, and they will try to push its stock higher, possible that we are going to see the breakout on dollar yen. Okay, but we need the time. The cash market starts within the next 50 minutes. Guys, there is a plenty of time. There is the first day of the new month. All right, they may want to try to position themselves. So really, even if we are not going to have the opportunity to make the trade today, for sure we are going to have the opportunity to trade on Monday or Tuesday, because we will know what has happened today. Okay, where are all the bulls on the euro dollar, guys? Where are the bulls on the pound dollar? Hopefully you didn't chase the prices, guys. Or you were long into the data and then you took profit. I was screaming 34.40 as a strong resistance on euro dollar. All right, let me check on the other screen where we are in regards to yields. Yields, we are in the middle of the range before and after non-farm payrolls. All right. Yesterday low and close looks like it's gonna be key for S&P, guys. Let's have the line in the sand. It's a green because it's daily, right? Let's switch to 5-minute chart. That could be the problem. Stops are above. Guys, would you like to trade short side S&P? I would say wait for the edge. And you are going to have the edge only if we are going to hit the stops and we'll try to make a pullback, okay? The stops here are not done, I would say. The stops are not done because they are slightly higher. So we may see stronger rally here. And then eventually, but one more thing, guys. The earlier hike, most probably the fear of earlier hike eased slightly. And if we are going to close and hold above 25, let's say on S&P, that could even be bullish. So as of now, as I mentioned, but I was scalping, I didn't hold the position into the announcement, right? As of now, this smart support holds. Look, all right? So I wouldn't be surprised to see even bigger bounce. Would you like to sell? So maybe where market showed the strength last time? Where market showed the strength last time? We are selling into the strength, right? So maybe 1945, 1950, huh? Wouldn't be better to sell there? All right. ISM could be the thing as well, and of course we will stay live till ISM. All right. Now let's watch two things. I had a very nice discussion yesterday with Anthony. Let me find the cross. Guys, EuroCAD. What we see here depends how we are going to calculate, but that's the top. I wouldn't calculate this one because we didn't make lower low. I would start calculation from here, so that's number one, that's number two, all right? That's number three. Stop hunting, we are going lower. Watch EuroCAD. That's possible short side. Possible short side trade, so let's have it here. And let's switch to 1 hour. What do we have on 1 hour? That was too steep. That's the trend line. So maybe bounce, maybe lower low. We'll see. I like idea of short EuroCAD. Guys, S&P. All right, let's switch to 15. Okay. So this first supply done. We're testing another supply here. Now, let's put yourself in the market maker's shoes. All right? Let's put yourself in the market maker's shoes. You've made huge manipulation yesterday. Right? You scared the whole market, all retail guys, small institutions, right? Selling today. They started to sell well before. They start selling here, here, even here. Some guys are well done already. So now, if you are in a market maker's shoes, right, and you know that plenty of people are selling, right, and you've got a chance, if you are selling at the top, right, if you are accumulating shorts at the top around 1970, 1960, right, you've got huge chance first to unload your shorts to take the profit, right? And the second thing, if you were accumulating yesterday on the move down and today morning, you've got the chance to push the prices higher and to buy more, right? But anyway, we have to wait till US Open to see which scenario will work. All right? We may see at the cash market open, we may see some pullback. Then if ISM is going to be strong, we may see stop hunting to the upside towards 1930 something, 1940. Okay? Now again, answer yourself. Who made money last 20 minutes? If you made money, great. Great, but most probably you were with your position into the announcement. All right, who made money? And look where we are, in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Stop hunting to the upside, stop hunting to the downside. For sure, market makers made a lot of money. All right. We would like to make some money as well, but we have to be patient, right? I've shown you many times that patient paying us at least twice as much. We don't need to join this crazy game right now. All right, we've got 8 minutes. So we 46.50 looks like quite good selling level. So I would like to see some, but we may see this type of the action. I'm gonna watch EuroCAD. Okay, where we are on the yield side. Yeah, there's a slightly lower yields. That's not gonna help dollar yen, but anyway, even if we are going, nothing happened. There is the number wasn't bad, right? So even if we are going to be stopped out here on the dollar yen, then we will try to get back in again on this eventually on the pullback toward the broken trend line around 102.40. All right, let's switch to hourly charts everywhere. Maybe not on S&P. Here we've got pound. Okay. Now, S&P, Riley based dropped at the last one, huge, okay? But the stops are done already, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some buying on dip. So that could be some kind of the manipulation, like aggressive sell and the rally to the end of the session. Now, guys, it's enough. It's enough. They don't have to rise today towards 1977. Okay? It's enough for them to close above 1935 from the bullish perspective. Of course, the bears have to hold below 1935. All right, to see continuation next week. What I can see in the background from CNBC that, oh, I'm not sure if I can hear it correctly, but just a few sentences. It was negative, okay? It was below the expectation. So the more guys, even more guys are selling. So really, I wouldn't be surprised. That's why in my comment I put the note that I would like to sell the Riley, so much higher than we are here right now. And even if you are going lower from here, right, I wouldn't regret that I'm not short here. And we didn't hit this higher supply zone at 1927. Okay. Kiwi is the strongest right now, from what I can see. Aussie, the next one. But to see the rally on commodities process, we need a rally on stocks, I would say. Okay. And again, I wouldn't sell dollar versus commodities. I would rather go with, I don't know, pound, maybe yen. So let me check on the other monitor. Let me check Aussie yen. Let me check. It's consolidating on daily above 20 daily moving average. I would say as long as 95 holds, that could be possible long trade. Okay, we've got top of the hour, and we will see where we are. All right. Possible scenarios. Because we saw still dollar demand across the market. All right. And we are awaiting ISM. Right. And Michigan. All of those numbers, the expectations are slightly higher. So we may see after the open in US, we may see the rally. After strong number, we may see again some stop hunting on dollar, and we may see profit taking into the weekend. That's the first scenario. The second scenario, that we will see profit taking right now till ISM, and once ISM is strong, we may see again dollar buying. Okay, 34.40 euro dollar. We've got even the line here. Right now we've got this sell-off on stocks. Okay. Dollar yen is going lower, and as we broke this support here, I wouldn't be surprised to see another test of 103 around ISM, and eventually deeper pullback if they are not going to make the breakout. I'm watching gold as well. Pound dollar trying to recover. I would say for pound there is a long way. To confirm anything on daily, we should close back above the trend line, broken trend line. To see the rally towards 69.70-ish. Right? Okay. I will wait a few more minutes. I would like to see where the stocks will open and what's gonna to be the first few minutes. Of course, if I'm going to survive with my long dollar yen, and then I will decide what next. EuroCAD trying to recover. Guys, gold is back. Let's switch to 15-minute charts. What we have it here. All right, we took out the supply. That's the last point, 1294, 1296. All right, and we've got huge demand zone around 1284 as of now. So it would be good to see something like this to take out all those supplies. Some kind of the pullback, and then we will look for opportunity to go long. Okay. So we are looking for opportunity to go long as of now on gold. Again, some brave, aggressive day traders may want to think about shorts around 1294, stops above 1297, $3. So you have to look for $9, and from around 94, $9 giving us 85, so it's possible it's closer to our demand zone, all right? So that could be the case here, to try to sell gold. We are going to watch the developments. So that's the plan here. Let's place some lines. Intraday chart, so yellow color. Okay. If you were looking to short, immediately within a second you are stopped out. That's why I mentioned that I do prefer buying side. 1370 is a target. I would like to buy below 1290. All right. So I'm going to look for around 90. Stop is going to be below 75. So stop is going to be around 10 to get 90. So 1 to 9 risk reward ratio. So here risk reward ratio is in my favor, right? All right, let's have a look what we have here. That's the hourly, so let's change the color. Pound cut could be the way as well eventually. Okay. Euro yen daily. That's how it looks. All right. That's our trend line. That's why I'm waiting for the first stop counting on intraday chart. Okay. Okay. Let's have a look on euro dollar. Yo, we've got this supply here. And look guys, has not been tested. So could happen that we are going to see the rally to hit those stops above 42 and slightly above 50 is a supply zone. So some intraday, it's possible we are going to hit those stops, right? Visible resistance, so stops are right above, but we've got smart supply zone here where markets show some sign of the strength last time as we took the supply here. Okay, is that clear? Risky business if ISM is gonna be on the weak side, then we may be stopped out. On Euro JPY, someone can argue that we had some kind of the stop hunting. Yes, but watching intraday chart and I'm looking for opportunity to go short based on intraday chart. I mean to find the entry point on intraday chart, but based on the developments on weekly and daily. All right, so it's not that great here for me. Pound, I wouldn't be surprised to see, as we discussed, at 67.80. The stop counting here. And then eventually some profit taking before the weekend. Okay, I just finished my coffee. Again, I will go through some charts, different crosses. Euro Aussie, Euro Kiwi. We've got the ECB next week, but Euro Kiwi could be good here. slightly higher. We retested 20 weekly moving average, and the move has been rejected here. Pound Aussie trying to get back below 20 weekly moving average, but still 80 as the psychological level. That looks good. CAD pound, nothing extraordinary as of now. Pound Kiwi, nothing extraordinary as well. Aussie Yen, not yet. I need something more. Okay. Yeah, we have to remember it's the first day of the month. Busy calendar, and the big guys will try to position themselves into the month. So yeah, we need more evidence that what they want to do. Okay, so let's check some plans again. Gold. As of now, we are looking to find some good buying level. It should be below 1290, even below 1285. That would be good. Something around 3450. If we are going to see any stop hunting on euro dollar, we'll try to go short there. Okay. Long euro dollar closer to 3350 eventually. It's a long way. As of now, we are at 34.15. Dollar yen, I'm still long. If I'm going to be stopped, it's a half, right? If we are going to be stopped out, then we will try to rebuy around 102.40. Pound, waiting for eventual stop hunting below 67.80, and if it's going to happen today, maybe we will see some profit taking into the weekend. Aussie is bouncing between the breakdown point around 92.20.30 and 200 daily moving average around 92.80. "15 minutes to open cash market in US. Still bears trying to hold yesterday low. That's quite a good sign, but we may see another stop hunting after the cash market open, right, into the ISM or Michigan. And earlier, before the ISM and Michigan, we do have final manufacturing PMI. We've got construction spending. All of those numbers, the expectations are slightly higher. So if we are going to get the confirmation, we may see dollar rally and we may see stock rally. And then we will think about selling into that rally on stocks if we are going to get the confirmation. Okay. Okay. 12 minutes, guys, short break. Euro dollar, where is the first take profit? Are we talking about 34.50 short eventually? On the short side? So if we are going to be short here around 34.50, right, we are going to risk around 8 to 10 pips, means that we are targeting at least 34.20, right? But the real target for me is gonna be 34, 33.80, and 33.50. So the risk reward is going to be for the first one, right? If we are going to risk 10 pips on euro dollar from 50 with stops at 60, okay? That's gonna be around 35 pips, okay? That's gonna be around 65 pips and eventually any breakdown towards 33.50. If someone is long euro dollar, then I would say that 34.40, I would take the profit, at least partial profit on long euro dollar. Okay. Is that answer okay, or shall I add something? Okay. Now market is slowing down slightly. So usually if we are preparing something, it has to be at least 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, right? And in that case, as it is 15, so there is a 35 pips risking 8 to 10 pips, it's slightly above 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. Okay, guys. So just like, I know, 5 minutes break, okay? And then let's see what's going to happen after the US market open, after all those news. It's not a great idea to trade late US session, but if there is any possibility, we'll try to take the advantage. But guys, as I mentioned in my comment today, I'm not gonna to stay with any of my positions into the weekend, all right? So even if we are going to be still, let's say, I don't know, short euro dollar, and it's gonna to be close to the end of the session, doesn't matter if I'm gonna be +5 or -3, I'm gonna to close. It's easy to reopen Sunday evening or Monday morning, So I would like to have nice weekend. Okay, so there is no reason to stay over the weekend, especially if there is a uncertainty as it is right now. So that's the reason. So 5 minutes break. I'll be back. Just before the US Open. Thanks, guys. All right, I'm back. Let's see the US Open. Definitely, after day like yesterday, we are going to see some selling into the Open. So the big guys, if they really want to push it higher, they have to consume all those sales orders and immediately push higher to stop sellers out to get another chunk of buying orders, right? Because if you are going, if your stop is going to be hit and you are on the short side, then your stop is a buying order, right? So then they will have to at some point, of course, if we are talking about the bullish scenario, and I do believe that we've got the chance from here. We may retest overnight lows, but again, I wouldn't be a seller here. Slightly higher, much more higher. Oh, better way. There is a good chance if the fear we've seen yesterday was mostly because of the higher yields, right? So I'm checking the 10-year T-notes right now. Still, bonds are we've got the bonds buying. So fear gone, right? The yields are lower right now. We hit first supply zone and looks like we consumed this zone, and we've got still a lot of space to another. So bonds buying could continue here. It's not good from our dollar-yen perspective, right? Because mostly what drove dollar-yen higher last few days was the high expectations, higher yields. Right. Let's have a look on pound yen, because we've got quite nice sell off here. And on weekly it doesn't look good as well. All right, so market is open. On the cash index there is a quite on SPY, right, ETF. There's a quite huge gap, and the bulls may want to try to close this gap. Okay. So again, 15 minutes, 25 and 30 minutes, we are going to have some data. Let's see. Even if you are going to see pullback towards the overnight lows, maybe slightly below, if I'm going to see some kind of the confirmation, I will go with speculative long. And we see the pullback right now, right after the open, and as I mentioned, I'm not surprised by this. After a day like yesterday, there's plenty of people looking for selling opportunity, and that's the great environment for market makers. And if that scenario is true, that we are going to see some rally, that we should soon jump quickly towards 1930, right? First, to stop out short guys, some short guys. Second, to stop guys who are long since yesterday and to avoid their selling, okay? Because if the market makers want to push the prices higher, they don't want to see more sellers. All right, gold looks very interesting, but still a long way to go. And again, I do prefer buying weakness on the weakness, right? And when we saw the weakness last time, we saw the weakness last time around 1288, and today just before the non-farm payrolls around 1285, right? I don't like to buying here. We're just trying to consume all the supply. Once we will go higher, right? Some guys who took long here may want to take the profit. Then we got the chance to see some lower prices, and if not today, then we may decide to go long on a slightly higher prices on Monday, for example, if we are going to get any confirmation. Right? But I wouldn't go long here on any breakout, right? Because the breakout here could be faded, bam. Then some breakout traders are going to cover their longs, means they are going to sell. Some guys will try to sell on a false breakout. So plenty of supply could come in here. As you know, I'm doing some breakouts, but rarely, not that often. Oh right, we're trying to close the gap on SPY. That looks nice. We're trying to go above yesterday low. That's another positive. Go, 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 guys, go. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Of course, we are not going within the straight line to the upside. So I'm not worried that I'm not going to have a chance to buy on a dip. I would say that we are going to see at some point dip or retest. If not, if we are going straight to the upside, then we will look for selling opportunity, okay? Pound, remember, I do expect stop hunting. That could be idea if the dollar yen will stay quiet positive for a day. So maybe instead of buying pound USD, right, trying not to go against USD, maybe I will try to go pound yen long at some point. Just pure speculation. It doesn't look good on weekly, it doesn't look good on daily as of now, but let's see, we'll try to look for some demand zone, but first we have to see some stop hunting on pound dollar. Okay. I don't know, but where all the sellers from yesterday? The yesterday I was scared because we didn't respect any support on S&P, right? So I did expect continuation today, maybe after non-farm payrolls. I didn't expect this type of the move early morning. But when I saw this, right, as I mentioned on the beginning of our meeting today, when I saw this type of the action right at support and the breakout, as I mentioned, I was scalping some longs, right? And now that one of the reasons I'm looking to buy on deep, but on deep, on real deep, that's, as I mentioned, on the pullback toward the overnight lows. And it's possible we are going to see at some point. Maybe today, maybe Monday. Yeah, last week and last 2 weeks, every time we were closer to 1970, 1980, we were trying to sell. We had very nice trade on the short side, right before the FOMC. We were selling few times. We never lost on, or did we? I don't remember. But last time we had all good trades on the short side. But now, once it's not that I'm a one-way ticket guy, right? As I mentioned, I do not expect the crash on the stock. Good correction is always good, right? So now we found good place. I saw the price action this morning around the nice demand zone. So that was pretty clear that something is going to happen, right? That's why I get the confirmation and I'm looking to buy, but deep. Nice buying is going on here right now. But right now at current level, we went slightly above yesterday low. All right. So plenty of sellers. I bet that there are plenty of sellers around, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some pullback here. But there is a 50-50 right now, in my opinion. All right, on the 15-minute chart, we are approaching the supply level. But I would like to show you something on the 1-hour chart. Today's and yesterday action, all right? Right? So we may go and stop all those shorts, hit 1935, supply zone, and we may start to fall from here, guys. That's why I do think that here it's not a place to short it. It's 50-50. We may go higher, we may go lower. Okay. The nice thing is that we are going to have ECB next week, and of course we are going to make live coverage. And yeah, usually, hopefully, we are going to keep doing well during the ECB. Remember, if you don't remember, then you can watch the recordings. The last three ECBs was quite good, quite positive for us. Especially the first ECB, when we were shorting around 39.30, remember? That was the great one. Then we were buying on this strong sell-off, right? Almost we were wrong by 10 pips, but our stop was wider, and our targets, we reached our targets very, very quickly. So hopefully this time it's not gonna be different. All right. We got the chance to see one more push higher. Okay, the first number should be soon. Yeah, very quiet right now. As I mentioned at the beginning of our meeting, and as I mentioned in the comment, right, the first important thing, I don't want to stay with any positions, with any exposure over the weekend. So it could be quiet day today. I'm not gonna force myself to make any trading decision if there is a nothing for me. US manufacturing PMI slightly lower, 55.8, expectations 56.5, so slightly lower. So that could be the reason we saw the pullback here. I think that anyway we will try to hit the stops above 1930 towards 1935, and then we will see what's going to happen, right? Guys, looks like right now the only S&P is moving. We can see some action here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Just 1-2 pips. If you short at some, I don't know, after the non-farm payrolls, if you short euro dollar, we are here right now. Around visible intraday support, previous resistance, right? So I wouldn't be surprised to see small bounce here eventually. So if you are short somewhere here, right, then I would be careful, at least move the stop to entry or close half, or we are just before the weekend. We've got ECB next week, and we may fall asleep after the US data. We may have like half an hour action, and then we can easily go sideways, and then you are going to be trapped, right? I mean, we may pop higher, and we may consolidate a few pips higher, right? So that's the good level to do something if you are short euro dollar. Sometimes, guys, if you don't know what to do, sometimes it's better not to force yourself to do anything. Just walk away, take the fresh breath, and rethink everything. All right, let's have a look. As I can see some small demand here on pound yen, let's have a look what we may have here and where. Sorry. That's visible support on daily. Some kind of demand, yeah, it's because of this whole consolidation or price action here. The main demand has been taken out. Let's wait and see. 5 minutes and we are going to have University of Michigan, and 10 minutes and we are going to have ISM. So two strong US numbers may easily push S&P 500 towards 1935. And here guys, if we are going to see any hesitation, if we are going to, we may think about short position. All right. Why? Because we are going to, if someone's has been short yesterday, that's overnight action, right? That's overnight action. For sure the stops are above 30. Okay? So if we are going to hit those stops, we could catch some momentum, and we may run towards the supply based on this dynamic line, but also based on the supply zone on 30-minute charts. Possible supply zone right here. It corresponds with the line, right? So that could be the magnet. Definitely you want to hit those stops. That's free money for market makers, all stops, right? And it's so quiet. It's so quiet. Now guys, important thing, the dollar, we closed the month with strong candle, right? The whole month was good for dollar. All right. Fed quiet positive. GDP monster. Job market slightly below, right? So sometimes on the smaller time frames, when you got good move, let's say on hourly chart, then you've got some kind of the correction on the beginning of the next hour, let's say if it's hourly chart, right? So I wouldn't be surprised to see later today, Monday, based on this type of the action on the smaller time frames, to see the action on the monthly. Means that today, tomorrow, Tuesday, we may see some kind of the profit taking on dollar, right? But for example, on the pound, would be nice to see some stop hunting and some kind of the confirmation that okay, we may see some profit taking from here. On euro dollar, plenty of stops at lows. That's the target as well, I would say. That's the target as well. Then 33.50, right? When all bulls are giving up, then bam, some action. So plenty of possibilities, and I will try to go through all the charts over the weekend because it's a new month, new week. So that's gonna be interesting. And if anything on the charts, then of course we'll publish on the website. All right, that's the Michigan time. And it's as expected, so it's good. 81.8 expectations, 81.8. That's good. We need strong ISM, and we are going to hit the stops most probably. Then again, there is a few things saying that we may see some stop hunting and reverse around 35, right? Plenty of different things. For sure, bears are surprised right now. What's going on, right? Some of them already forced to close their shorts. So no doubt about it. So for me, that's no doubt about it. And there you go. We are trying to make a strong close into the top of the hour. Okay. So it's exactly as we discussed it, as our plan is. So that's why I'm always saying that the plan is important thing when you are turning on your computer. Your idea is to start trading, but first you have to have a good plan in place. Now bears are really confused on the stocks. And guys, we are watching S&P because nothing is going on the FX side. Where I'm going to have my stop if I'm going to sell at around 37. Just 1 second. I will try to sell around 37, 38, and my stop is going to be around 41.25. And my first target is going to be around 19.29. So I will try to risk 3 to get 9 at least. Okay, ISM. We need at least as expected to push it higher towards the supply zone. All right, looks like it's a good number based on what we can see on what kind of the price action we can see, or not necessarily. Construction spending, minus 1.8, expectations 0.5. ISM, monster, 57.1, expectations 56. Guys, there's nothing to believe or not. I don't think we are going to engulf the whole yesterday day, but it could be that we may see higher levels and higher close, just to negate the weekly chart, the sell signal on the weekly chart. So I wouldn't be surprised. One more thing, I got a question in regards to gold. Okay, what's going to happen if we are not get back to the buying zone? We are going to make the consolidation here and jump higher. All right. So then means that we are going to, we took all those supplies. Would be better even if you are going to take this supply here. Then we are going to have Riley base, so we are going to look at the base to buy, right? So higher prices, pullback, and then our first buying point is going to be within the consolidation, right? Okay, some brave traders may look for a first pullback trying to go long, but I would like to see the Riley to take the supply right from the market to clean the market, then pullback, then continuation. Hopefully that's clear. All right, guys, let's see where we are. Pound, we've got the chance to hit those stops we discussed a few minutes ago. Okay. Euro yen, dollar yen, yen crosses trying to recover. Yen crosses trying to recover. So everyone loves dollar, looks like. Wouldn't be surprised to see now stops hunting above 103. And guys, I would like to see on this 5-minute chart Not that we are going bam bam through the stops, the same like we saw on the gold. Okay, so I'm not waiting with the order here, just to be perfectly clear. I would like to see this type of direction. Bam, stops, pull back like this, and then jump in to the short side. Okay. And again, demand, dollar demand across the board. Yes, in regards to the oil, as discussed, as was in the comments, right? There was a short side, and if you are still short, right, I would be careful into the weekend, because we discussed about the short from above 100, right? It was like 101 something. So it's right now well above $3. I would take profit here. Simply I would wait for bounce. I wouldn't buy here, not yet. So congratulations again. Okay, guys, don't be trapped, especially end of the week, right? It could be that we are going to see some action within the next half an hour, and after the Europe close, we will start to consolidate. The only something can happen, it could be stock market and maybe some yen crosses. Okay, that's what I think. Then we may see some profit taking, if any, early next week. So don't be trapped, especially if you are good for a week, then there is no reason to trade, especially late Friday afternoon. Okay. We are going to stay live for the next few minutes, and if really we are not going to see any moves, then there is no reason. I'm going to stay with long dollar yen, and I'm going to close this position, whatever happen, right at US close. Of course, if I'm going to survive with my stop. Yes. Yes. That was a possible long, right? But it was here where we were taking long, remember? Yeah, with 50% with profit, and we've been stopped at entry for the remaining 50%. That was good again, but it was not real, the fresh one, right? It has been tested already. This was where we were taking our long. Now I would say that we are intraday in a consolidation mode. And as I mentioned last time, I really like CAD yen to the upside, especially that on the weekly chart we have some kind of the room, right? We've got the room. We are still above the 20 weekly moving average, so some kind of demand is visible here. But one more time, it's getting late. we are getting closer to the end of the week. Market is going to be closed over the weekend. I don't see any reason to trade it right now. It's non-farm payrolls day, and I do remember ECB's trades, but not. I remember one Polish live trading room. We did some euro dollar to the upside. It was good. It's unfortunately not every day is a good trading day, right? Now the big guys, they have to take the seat over the weekend, decide, okay, what are you going to do in August? Are you going to fly for holiday, or are you going to make some trades? And we are going to see the decision next week. And also it could be quiet afternoon because the next week, right? Let me show you. It's busy like, I wouldn't say hell, but it's very busy, right? Sunday we start with Chinese non-manufacturing PMI, all right? And we've got bank holiday in Australia. Then Monday, Aussie retail sales. Just to say good morning, okay? Then construction PMI in UK, okay? And then afternoon, most probably is going to be quiet, bank holiday in Canada. But the Tokyo and Europe session are going to be interesting, right? First, Aussie retail sales, then construction PMI in UK, also Spanish unemployment change that could also affect euro. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Mariusz. I'm glad. Okay, that's Monday. Tuesday, Aussie trade balance, Chinese HSBC service PMI, and interest rate decision from Bank of Australia. All right. PMI in Europe, ISM in US, unemployment change in New Zealand. So busy Tuesday. Whole Tuesday is busy. Is going to be busy. All right. Swiss CPI in Europe on Wednesday. Manufacturing production in UK. Canadian trade balance. US trade balance. Another busy day. Not to mention Thursday. Aussie unemployment rate. Pound, Bank of England. Euro, ECB. Of course, Draghi press conference as well. Friday, RBA statement, and afternoon that's gonna be I would say very interesting based on the last developments on Canadian dollar. It was weak Canadian dollar, so we've got the Canadian non-farm payrolls. So that's gonna be very busy week, so I'm not gonna be surprised to see very quiet afternoon today, just some moves on the stocks market, and that's pretty much that's it. Okay. So guys, sorry, but as I mentioned a few times, I'm not gonna force myself to trade without any plan, and nothing has happened. We didn't reach any entries, so I'm not gonna force myself to trade just to show you that that I'm trading. All right. I'm pretty sure that next time it's gonna be better. Over the weekend, we are going to prepare some comments. Of course, we are going to publish the dates of our next live training rooms. Most probably we are going to have trading marathon, so 8 hours of trading next week. We'll see. Okay, we've got some pullback on stocks without touching 35.38. We've got some dollar weakness, so be careful guys here. It could go deeper. As I mentioned, I will look for some buying opportunity eventually. But anyway, have a great weekend. See you again next week. And as I mentioned, most probably we are going to have one full day, so 8 hours of trading. Usually once per month we got something like this. So again, have a great weekend. Thank you very much for your time. Take care. Bye-bye.